what did we end with last time? We did look at files from the case, right? We found out that the mom's friend had called Child Protective Services on her. I think, was it after they had a fight? I think so. And I forgot his name, but basically, like, uncle, whatever, the person who kind of took care of Allison, who is a cop, was involved in the case, and he was actually the one who had to directly make the report to CPS after it had been reported to the police. So we found that out and had a talk with him. Actually, have we had a talk with him? Or no, we stopped just before we had a talk with him because we were caught sniffing around on the records. I think that's where we stopped, right? I don't think we talked with him yet. I don't quite remember. Doing alright, surviving? Why just surviving and not living? Is it too warm, or is life just being life? We'll see where we left off, I guess. I'll remember.
Uncle,
It's all good, Allison. Let's have a talk later. Just us, okay?
all right.
Oh yeah, no, we did have a bit of a talk. Right, he explained like what exactly happened, that he had to make the report and so on. And oh yeah, he tried to warn our mom pretty much. That's why he was there on the one day. But like, the fuck was she gonna do, really? Pretty warm, yeah, understandable. Same here. It's gonna be 32 degrees on Sunday, according to forecasts. I'm probably gonna go swimming that day.
You should get going, Tyler.
So yeah, right now it seems like...
Should we go? Can we go?
It seems
Get out of here.
like their mom just had a lot of shit going on, right? It kind of seems like she tried to also deal with the Tyler situation.
Hey, you know the drill. Chin up.
Yeah. Chin up, stand tall.
Atta girl.
They're like gonna lecture us for being
I
up
could use
there.
a beer.
We weren't even
Me
supposed
too.
Bernie's?
That's a no for me.
to be
Only
there.
you have the necessary germ resistance for Bernie's.
You still on for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. I'll text you.
You kids be careful out there, yeah?
Always. Good thing we don't have a mailbox that gets broken into. I guess we're out. And before this is the end of the chapter. But I don't think so.
Allison,
What?
you feel like shit.
How can you tell?
Because I feel like shit. What are we gonna do about Tessa?
Nothing. Look, we're not gonna do anything. That's enough, Tyler. Talk to Tessa? Why? What are you looking for? What are you expecting her to say?
I thought she loved us.
Really?
Chief Brown, is it true? Is she... Oh my God. Children,
Tessa. Tessa, you need to leave. Come on, kids.
Everything is going to be all right, okay? You're going to be okay, I promise.
Go home. You can't be here right now.
Actually, was their mom actually
Oh
loading up the weapon because she was gonna threaten Child Protective Services if they came around? Was that what she was actually doing?
Where is everybody?
Tessa's gotta be around somewhere.
I think I'm hearing something.
Well, at least we know the entire world didn't vanish.
But no wonder she was dodgy
But
about the whole
Given
top.
who is here, we can't count out the rapture quite yet. I need to take a breather. I'm gonna do a bit of shopping. You look for Tessa, okay?
On it.
Didn't we just buy some stuff? Like, literally 2 hours ago?
So what'll I do? I grabbed my odd six from the trunk and set my sights.
And you shot it?
Yes, sir.
Wait, you said you were near Crystal. Caesar's closed up that way, yeah?
Hey, man, when the...
Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all.
Oh, hey! Tyler, from the boat, right?
Huh. We keep bumping into each other, don't we?
Oh,
what were
oh
you
yeah,
guys
it's
talking
him.
about?
I don't think you'd be interested.
Why not? I like moose meat
But
burgers.
you just can't stay away, huh?
Unfortunately, we're looking for Tessa again.
Well, she took off about half an hour ago. Sorry.
Do you know if she'll be back soon?
I don't know if she's even coming back. No one tells me anything.
How about Tom? He busy?
He's been in the office all morning, so who knows? But it's Tom, so it's probably safe to interrupt him.
Alright. How are you doing?
Doing some shopping?
Yep. Just the essentials.
Well, don't let me stop you.
So, I heard you were shooting moose outside your permit area.
Not really any of your business now, is it?
Come on. I'm not gonna report you, but it's a shitty thing to do.
I think it's time to finish up your shopping and move on, brother.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I thought you were working at the diner today.
No, I switched shifts because I wanted to get some sleep, but it turns out I was also scheduled to work at the store today.
Michael, how do you always end up double booked?
Because I'm too much of a badass to read a schedule.
You're gonna work yourself to death, you know?
Yeah, well, I can't really turn the money down. A security deposit is gonna be a bitch.
I have no idea how I'm gonna get my half together. Selling blood's a thing, right?
You worried about the house?
A little. And I had to turn down an appointment with the only interested buyer we've gotten.
Well, girl, you're lucky I'm picking up the extra shifts then. So what have you two been up to today?
Huh. Yo, Jazzy, what's
We went
up?
by the police station. Found Marianne's file in the archive.
How's it going?
Man, I feel kind of weird asking a follow-up to that.
You'll
but,
be at ESA, right?
you know, if you need to talk about anything.
Where to even begin? Turns out, Tessa reported our mother to social services. With Chief Brown's help, of course. This town is a bottomless pit of shitty people. I mean, other than you.
Oh, wow.
What
I'm
a
sorry.
compliment.
How's Allison?
She's dealing with it.
You'll be a few
We
days
both-
late, same. We're going on, like me and Cody are going on Monday.
You alright?
Yeah, just clearing my head a bit before I talk to Tom.
It's always a Tom.
Hey.
Okay, I guess we're not getting any more conversation out of him. What do we have here? Shrimp. Pizza. Strawberries. Okay, what's the price for the eggs though? I can't tell. That's the important bit, right? Oh, you're also coming on Monday? Yeah. We were like, hotel situation sucks. You know what? I've wanted to go to Stockholm for so long. I've been to Sweden, like, what? This is gonna be my 6th time or something like that. I've never made it to Stockholm. So I was like, I'm just going to Stockholm for a couple days, and then I'm going to... we're gonna take an early train to USA, and I told Claudia, like, I mean, you can go on Saturday or whenever already, but, like... He said he's coming with me, so... yeah, we'll be in Stockholm.
What do you mean? We've got enough signatures. It should have at least been enough to stall construction while we figure out our next move. Well, why don't we schedule a meeting with the...
And then we're
Alaska
staying at the
Wildlife
Arena
Foundation.
Hotel.
Try to get their support. Look, Harold, I have to...
Because I have a history with quality hotels, so I was like, fuck them.
Hello, Tyler.
Damn Jehovah's, yeah. It sounds like a meme when you say it, right? When people ask, like, oh, what hotel situation? You're like, yeah, so there is a big Jehovah's Witness meeting on that weekend. It doesn't sound like it's a real thing. Oh, you'll be at a festival? Oh. Which one? If you don't mind me asking. You're coming 2 nights before what? Before us or before ESA starts?
This isn't a bad time, but is Tessa around today?
Oh, you're coming early, but you need to crash somewhere.
Could help with,
I see.
Would it?
Yeah, maybe, actually. We were over at
Tuska?
the police station and we took a look at Marianne's case file.
Okay.
Tessa reported Marianne to social services. Did you know?
Vaguely. But I didn't get involved. I didn't think I really had anything to add.
You never thought to mention it?
Well, now, I'm not sure how a thing like that would have come up. And I didn't want to rub salt in any wounds.
Huh. How about when we were in the store yesterday asking about it point blank?
That was between you and Tessa. I try to stay out of other people's affairs.
Alright.
Why did Tessa come to the police station that night?
She was looking for you two. To make sure you were okay. When she heard what happened, she was a mess.
How exactly did she hear about it so fast?
Can't remember who called, but you know how it is. No news travels faster than a secret. Everyone knew 5 minutes after Brown was on his way out.
Okay. Thank you.
Look, I'm sorry if you felt resistance from people around here.
To put it mildly.
Allison, you know this better than anybody. But your mother's death left a scar on this community. Now, I won't claim we went through anything close to what you did, but it was a cruel reminder of the limits of trust.
Well, if we want to get past the limits of trust, we all need to face what happened, which means being completely honest about it.
We all want to find peace, kids. It's just harder for some people to talk about the past. Now,
why does he have an
Italy
Italy
cup? Any other questions, okay?
Hey,
Yes?
you said I should remind you not to be late for your meeting, so don't be late.
Yep. I'll be on my way in a minute.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
So
Depends how young are you and how long can you stay up
anything else
without
you two
sleep?
wanted to talk to me about?
Did you ever hear any rumors about our mother? Like, who our father might have been?
Well,
Oh.
Not exactly a rumor monger. Your mother was close to a few men, but whether they were your father, I couldn't say. But look, oh, gosh.
Where is this question coming from?
I'm
Was there
sorry.
anything?
I really have to go. Michael, Could you finish up the storage room and then just close up?
Yeah, sure thing, boss man.
See you later.
Boss man. Oh, Slaughter to Prevail is gonna be at
You two
Tosca.
wanna
So
help
I
a
was
brother
checking
out,
on
spend
the
the
side.
afternoon here working for free?
Why not? We came here to talk to Tessa, and she's not here.
She's at the
Oh,
cemetery.
Alcest's gonna
visiting
be
her
there.
parents.
Oh,
Hey, tell you what. Why don't you guys help me close the store, and then we can drive over together? I've been meaning to pay my uncle a visit.
can't we just wait for her to come back here? I'm not really excited about going there.
Allison, we don't have to visit her grave.
I'm gonna start working in the storage room. Tyler, join me when you're done.
Sure thing. Just give me a sec.
Oh, and Timo Rautiainen ja Torju Niskalaukaus. They have songs in German, which is like really weird. Okay, bear with me. I want to check real quick who else is there. I feel like we checked at some point, but then we're like, oh wait, it's during ESA. Oh, Lorna Shore. Apocalyptica. Dormian Kätilöt. Polaris. Korpiklaani. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I don't know how we feel about Slaughter to Prevail. What did they do? Are they being cringe?
Where'd that question about our father come from?
I mean, apart from being a Russian band, I think.
Oh, I don't know. It was a weird thing to ask, I guess. Hey, so you look less than thrilled with the plan.
Yeah, like I said, I am not stoked to be going to the cemetery.
So should we just not go then?
No, of course not. We're going to go. I need to feel how I'm gonna feel about it right now.
Okay. Sorry for getting frustrated.
It is what it is, right? Go have fun with Michael while I close the register.
You're very proud to be Russian? Okay. But yeah, I hope you have fun. It looks pretty stacked. Oh wait, what are we doing? I was not paying enough attention, evidently. Yeah, what's up, Crow? How's it going? How are you enjoying your hex shirt? I really should have paid attention. I thought she was just closing up and then we're heading somewhere. It seems like I'm supposed to do something. It doesn't let me go outside. Oh.
Alright.
Right, I'm
Already
helping
counted
him.
there, but I just need you to double check a few things. It's not complicated.
I've got this in the bag.
Oh yeah? Because you're just that good, huh?
I'm clowning.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
even know
say
where to
it's not
begin.
that hard.
What do I do?
Yeah, let's start with an easy one, alright? Go to the back of the room and tell me how many cans of Molto Bene brand tomato sauce we have left.
Aye aye.
Molto Bene. That's not tomato sauce. Wait, does this examine the whole? Oh, isn't this? No, that's a drink. What is this? Not what we need. Heck shirt is very nice. Good, good. Oh, there it is.
Hold on. Let me count this.
Oh, come on. 14.
There's 14 cans of Malta Bene tomato sauce.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Man, I'm so good at this.
That was easy. I need you to count the bottles of bleach for me.
Bleach?
And where are they at exactly?
I thought you had this in the bag. Okay. I'll give you a hint.
Is this bleach?
Tessa puts the heavy stuff near the door on the bottom shelves.
All right, I think I can work with that.
Oh wait, this door? I mean, surely this is... I mean, the thing that says bleach is bleach, I guess. These are 6.
6?
All right. Not bad, Tyler. Not bad.
Careful. They might give me your job.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, I saw Alsace
What's next?
like
Come here and help me.
1.5 weeks ago. With Momo. Sit? Nah, no time for that. Oh wait.
Hey, you remember the ad for this? What was their slogan again?
Huh. Something poetic about time travel and life being weird, I think.
Butterfly film. I only know the butterfly effect. You can just not get... Yeah, their music is kinda cool. I didn't know they're cringe.
Is that the mangy muskrat? Is that a picture of a priest with little hearts?
Yeah. That's the hot priest who hosts Bible study.
The
with
hot
Tessa.
priest, yeah,
For
of
the
course.
record, that was Allison's doing. She had a
Wait.
crush on him for ages. But he is very, very hot.
Shit, yeah. I remember him from when we were kids. That's Father Batista.
Yeah. He's got that silver fox thing going on now, see?
Yeah, yep, I see it.
Wait, could you had to do this? For a week as a student? Like, just, like, only do inventory, so only do counting, which they do sometimes. Yeah, that sounds like...
Yikes, that's unsettling. Oh,
there's probably more
I
exciting
drank
jobs.
this at a party once. It did not end well.
Oh, any good stories?
I mean, probably.
15%
But
new
nothing I
formula.
remember really makes sense, so...
Our lab engineer has been doing inventory recently. Yeah. Okay, what else did we need to count? Was there anything else?
What's up?
I need your opinion on this masterpiece.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, come on. Look at the hair. Nailed it, right?
There might be a little room for improvement.
Don't mean that in a
Ouch.
toxic way.
Hey, I just said a little.
It's
that means
banter.
it's mostly good.
Man, I pour my heart out into this, and this is what I get? Cold, Tyler. Ice cold.
So this is what you're up to while I was out there doing your work?
What can I say? I'm a multitasker.
Hey, multitasker. I think you made a mistake here. Total amount should be 36.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
What?
And
I just
all
don't
of
want
you
to get
done
in trouble.
supermarket
Yeah,
jobs.
you're right. You know, I'm off my game today.
All right. Anything else you wanted me to check?
You did
Yep, one
cash
last thing, and
register.
then we should be free from this purgatory.
Not even restocking
Can you
every
count how many
once in a
plushies
while.
we have in that box over there?
Plushies.
Okay.
Wait, the creepy box? Those aren't plushies, right?
So...
I think it's 11.
You've got about 11 left in that box. Did I get it wrong? Michael? Ouch, what the fuck?
Hey, sorry. It was just too tempting. Lesson number 1 in the ancient art of inventory. Never let your guard down.
You have no idea what you just started. First one with 3 confirmed hits wins. Cool?
Oh no. Can't see shit. Oh!
Damn, overshot it.
Oh, come on. Is that all you got, Ronan?
Just you wait. I've got a strategy.
Wait, is he not?
Yeah, we'll see.
Is he not there anymore? Oh, I can change cover? Wait, how? Wait, huh?
So, is this a typical workday for you?
Nah, I usually don't have such good-looking company back here.
Ooh, flattering.
Oh, so I'm good-looking company, huh?
Yeah, well, don't let it get to your head. I'm still destroying you.
Come on, show yourself.
Boom.
Easy. Can I move anywhere else?
Gotcha. One more hit and you're out. Prepare to feel my wrath.
God, you're corny.
Hey, is it cool that we're throwing these toys around? Are you guys gonna, like, sell them?
Nah, supplier made a typo on Becky. Can't sell any of them.
Cool. No harm, no foul, then.
Come on, dude. Show yourself. Why can't I throw?
Yo, we better wrap this up soon.
Well, show yourself then.
Damn, overshot it.
Again. Do I need to be in the other cover to not overshoot? Come on.
Boom.
Easy. Easy every time.
Oh, man, you're good.
I told you not to doubt the golden arm.
Well, we'll never make that
He
mistake
did make a
again.
drawing of me.
Okay. I'll need to finish this inventory thing real quick. Your sister's probably done already. Here, let's hit the bitch's grotto.
The what?
Fancy name for the couch where Allison and I sit during breaks.
Ah, alright, cool. Let me see what you've done with the place.
It's so weird to just have this in the corner of the store. Or, well, I guess it is the back room. So maybe that makes more sense. Anything in the fridge?
Oh, hey, see that container? That's for you.
Huh?
It's the trout I
Tyler.
caught yesterday at the buzzard hole.
Oh.
Filled it up with my world-renowned marinade.
Ooh. What's in it?
Oh, wow. Thank you. World-renowned marinade, huh? What's in it?
Yeah.
He just never reveals his secret.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's cute. Do you guys think he has a thing for me?
No way. You like Duplex Duo too?
Yeah, Allison got me into him. We were supposed to go to his show in Juneau a few months ago.
And what happened?
You ever heard of moon rocks? We took 2 hits before going to the show and that was it. Our feet couldn't find the floor. Not our finest hour. And I'm done.
I'm surprised Tessa let you hang this up.
Yeah, she hates it. But as long as I don't promote my lifestyle in front of the customers, she doesn't say anything.
Man, must be exhausting to spend your days educating these people.
Here's the thing, I don't. Opening the mines of this town would be a full-time fucking job. And emotional labor pays shit.
Yep.
Do you ever get lonely in Delos Crossing?
Yeah, sometimes. So I'm always in Juneau working with the JCE, meeting new people. I gotta make my shit happen for me, because no one else will.
Right. I feel you. Hey, I hope this isn't too personal, but you ever been with anyone in Delos Crossing?
I dated a guy in high school for a minute, but we had
That's
to keep
gay.
it quiet. I've been with a few other people, but that shit's tricky out here. And what about you? You ever been with a guy? I mean, assuming you're into guys, which I guess I kind of did.
I've never really been with anybody. Guess I was too busy processing trauma or whatever. But if I met a guy I was into, who knows?
Oh, they're totally gonna hit it off, aren't they?
Anyway...
I gotta tell you, it's so weird to finally meet the other Ronan.
You mean the OG Ronan? I was born first, you know?
Is that so? Thought Allison said she was.
Well, our mother never actually told us, but it was me. So, why is it so weird to meet me?
Because I just heard Allison tell your story so many times. She told me everything about you. Fireweed, your transition. I hope that's okay, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine. She asked me first.
Yeah, figures. That lady is thorough and she loves you like crazy.
I know.
Siblings.
So, yeah, you were probably the first person to know about it other than Allison.
I'm glad he trusted me. And it's great to finally get to know you in the flesh. You're pretty alright.
But you're not too bad yourself.
I try not to be. Especially around guys I'm trying to impress. So I wasn't blowing smoke when I said you should move to Juneau with us.
I know.
I've got a community there. Could be yours too.
Fitting in. There's a concept.
You have no idea how life-saving a chosen family can be. You pulled me out of the dark more times than I can count.
I hear you. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Wanna go out
Why
sometime?
do you care so much if I move to Juneau?
Look, like I said, I want to get to know you.
Because I'm just that fascinating, huh?
Honestly, yeah. I think you might be one of a kind, Tyler Ronan.
Oh! Oh no! I mean, yeah, he's so into me. I know. I'm not a guy, I can take hints.
Well, golly gee, Michael. I think you're swell too. You're the cat's pajamas.
Shut up. I've got way better compliments than that. But I can't open with my best right?
Why did he
Cool.
say it in a joking way?
So, I'll get more of those if I get to know you better.
For sure. If that's something you'd be interested in.
I might be. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I've been standing at that counter for an hour waiting for you two dum-dums to come back. Are you guys ready to go?
No!
I think we've
Read
done
the
about as much
room.
damage as we can back here.
Yeah. Let's go.
Fucking Allison. Dude, I was like, it's kind of unfortunate I don't have a face cam sometimes, but like, I was smiling like an idiot and looking them flirt.
Thanks for letting me hit your
Yeah,
ride
that was
over.
pretty much my face.
No problem. You sure we can't drive you back?
Nah, you're like stretching my legs. It isn't far. And anyway, can't put the wind in a bottle.
All right.
Tessa should be at her parents' grave, not far from the entrance. Look for a big crooked tree. You can't miss it. I'm gonna go check in with my uncle. Good luck. For real.
Well,
You look pretty spooked.
I've never been a big fan of cemeteries. Especially after, you know.
I promise after this we can chill at the house. Cool?
what? Let's take a little detour first.
Hey, graves are back that way.
Okay, never mind.
So, do you ever
Siblings.
come back?
Keep it down.
Better?
Much.
Why do people always feel like they have to whisper in cemeteries?
I don't know. Probably just a mirror neuron thing.
Oh, what?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. Anyway, have you been back here at all? Since the funeral?
No. I've never had a reason to. Thankfully.
Mom, why do we always come here?
Does it bother you?
No, it's just weird because we don't know any of these people. I mean, except Eddie's mom.
It never hurts to say hello.
Because they're very lonely.
That's right, sweetie. And sometimes, even if you can't see them, they stay with you. In here. Always here.
Mom?
Always.
She loved us. A lot.
Is their father buried here or something?
Do you think she was just really scared of losing us?
Maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, most parents are scared of losing their kids.
Due to the national outlawing of native religions and ways of life, much of our knowledge of the old ways of Tlingit spiritual practice has been lost. Below are two everlasting examples of the love and reverence we continue to show our departed in the tradition of our ancestors. Okay? Mourning those who have journeyed to the other side. As love transcends all boundaries, the passing of a clan member is an event felt throughout the community. The people come together to mourn a loved one and lift their opposite clan members' spirits. When an eagle is being mourned, the ravens shower love and strength upon mourning eagle clans. Likewise, when a raven is being mourned, the eagles are there for the ravens. After the service, it is customary for members of the opposite moiety? I don't know this word. It looks weird. To comfort the grieving family by bringing out their at-uwu. Uwu? Clan-owned regalia. To symbolically catch tears before they hit the ground and comfort grieving clan members with support. Okay? Celebrating life. The 40-day party is observed 40 days after the passing to pay respects to the departed. Some believe this is a more recent tradition. Family members organize a shared meal where a fire dish, one plate of food, is burned to nourish and comfort the spirit of the departed. 1 year or more from the passing, a kue, potluck is held to first mourn, then celebrate the life of the departed. It is hosted by the clan of the deceased. This is to honor the departed clan member through a traditional ceremony, show appreciation, and pay debts to the opposite moiety, I don't know, who supported the clan during time of mourning.
Well, here's the crooked tree, but no Tessa.
Let's check around for her parents' grave, just to make sure this is the right spot.
You think it's possible Michael remembered it wrong?
Well, I've done inventory with him before, so yes.
Wait, is this the one we called the Big Crookedy?
The exact one.
Why didn't we call it Gnarls Branching? Total missed opportunity.
Because we weren't hip to basketball back then? Or CeeLo Green?
Damn. I remember it going all the way up to the clouds.
Everything does when you're 4 feet tall.
No dice.
Sorry, I was just like, that just feels like such a fun sentence to say when you're a tall person and, I don't know, you're friends with someone pretty small. I feel like there is good opportunities where good opportunities for bullying.
No dice. De Leon.
That's the one.
Don't tell me we missed her.
Yeah, of course my mind goes to bullying. Where else would it go?
Kids. It's time.
Wait, where is it?
Lost in the chaos of history.
Oh.
What's that mean?
Not sure. But Michael should know.
To honor those no longer with us, the Tlingit Preservation Committee and the community of Dallas dedicated this monument as an everlasting connection between past, present, and future generations. May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history. May this be a resting place for our loved ones who have journeyed to the other shore. May our eternal love soothe the wounds of days past towards a brighter horizon. Okay, but where is the memory? Should be here. Huh? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
You really have to go, Eddie?
You can hold my hand if you want.
I can walk fine on my own.
It'll be quick, okay? Then we'll get something to eat.
The day of the funeral. I barely remember it.
That's probably for the best. I don't think either of us are exactly eager to relive what went on behind that gate.
So... I know I said we didn't have to visit her grave.
But it feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
There was like a person back here. Yeah. Do not step on graves. Depends on who's buried there.
Last year, it was really hard on him. He's still feeling it. Long time no see. Do you want some company?
Come on over. Make yourselves comfortable.
That's a name.
I'm not sure if I should try to pronounce this. Man, I'm so rusty.
So, how are you, holding up?
The sooner this is all over, the better. So
Is this a bad time?
With you?
Oh.
Never.
don't mind me. I'm not really here.
Hey, I get to see your ugly mug almost every day. You're old news, lady.
You wound me. Deeply.
So, can I help you guys out somehow?
So what was your uncle like?
Oh boy. Where do I start? You know that one grumpy grandpa in all the sitcoms? The one that types like a T-Rex and never leaves his recliner?
What?
Just how does one type like a T-Rex?
You know, almost kissing the keyboard. Like, makes you look like you got tiny baby arms. Like a T-Rex.
Never change, Michael.
Anyway, as grumpy as he was, they didn't make him any sweeter than him. He's the kind of guy who accepted you for where you were at, even when he didn't approve.
Not many of those out there. You and your uncle were really close, huh?
Definitely. I could push his buttons without even trying. My family's old school Tlingit. Spent more time with my uncle than my dad. He was the first person to test out all my new recipes. Even before Allison.
Guess I should thank Uncle William for saving me from a muffin top.
If you need a new taste tester, sign me up.
As if you had a choice. I plan to hit you both up for feedback my whole way through school.
I'm in. As long as there's nothing as adventurous as that Tlingit-style salmon with pepper and saffron.
No, I'm promising that. Fortune favors the bold, goes double for food.
Sometimes you can find some pretty good, but you know, unconventional combinations.
Hey, can I ask you something about this place?
Shoot.
What's the story behind the Tlingit Memorial?
May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history.
Chaos.
That was Uncle William.
Lost in the chaos of history?
Well, let's say you wanted room for a school or a road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy, you just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God, assholes.
Yeah, and I mean it still happens, but not as much. We have the elders to thank for that.
What's up, Pantofava
What does it
Klaus?
say on your uncle's grave?
How are
it
you
says
doing?
William Thomas Collins? Kidding.
Enjoying the day off?
That's his Tlingit name. Sukakanik. It means being trained and taught. These folks were dead on the money with that one. One of a handful of old dogs who could still learn new tricks.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Well, I'm here if you're ever curious.
Talk to you later.
You bet.
All right.
So, how are you,
Oh, now they continue their.
holding up?
The sooner this is all over, the better. So far, it seems like everyone in town's got an ugly secret. Please don't let me find yours.
I'm way too good at disposing of bodies.
Not sure I want to taste your food anymore.
Afraid you'll learn something about yourself you don't want to know?
Okay.
Anyway, girl, I know you're in it right now, but try not to let it get to you. Juna's gonna seem real boring after all this, huh?
God, boring sounds so good right now. Binging terrible shows while my amazing roommate cooks something delicious. Heaven.
Delicious food for tax returns?
You got yourself a deal, mister.
Dude, it would be, not gonna lie, having a roommate who can cook and is happy to cook and share stuff is pretty nice. I had a Bulgarian roommate for a while and we both I mean, we both cooked every once in a while for more than one person and usually invited each other for dinner. And it was really nice because I got to try a lot of Bulgarian stuff she made, which was always good. You have 3 weeks off? Nice.
For what it's worth, I remember staring at the water during the funeral.
Allison, please.
I'm not going.
Allison, come back!
Yeah. Any hope that this would be easier than last time? Totally gone.
At least this time no one's sending me away.
What the?
I'm holding you to that.
What is this?
You and I had a moment over there by the totem, right? I wonder if we could see that.
Doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah, that's where I went when I ran off.
Thought I can maybe check it. Can... Alright.
I won't let them take you away. I'm gonna tell them the truth. You swore, Allison. I'm gonna be okay. Please, don't worry about me.
I know I'm supposed to get over this Brown thing, but I really wish you'd been able to come visit that much.
Yeah, me too, but... Look, I didn't make any promises that day. You did. Watch.
Oh, another one. Wait, did they change position?
They all think you killed her. It's not fair. I'll be okay. You have to take care of yourself now.
See?
It's possible, but I don't think so.
Well, I know so. Thinking about it got me through the rest of the day.
I'll
Oh.
be back soon, alright? Promise. But I'm gonna come see you every week. And we'll talk with our voice every day. But I'm gonna come... I'll be back soon, alright? Come see you every week. And we'll talk with our voice every day.
I'm gonna go for this time, because I don't really
See you every
know.
week. And we'll talk with our voice every day. We'll see each other soon then. Stop crying, silly.
We have to go, kids.
I could have sworn it went the other way. I'm so sorry. I should have staged a hunger strike until Eddie agreed to drive me.
Hey, water under the bridge.
But, so one thing I just noticed, and I didn't get that impression early on, it seems like depending on which one I choose, that actually is the reality of what they see. Like, it's not like you have... They see both memories because they both have different memories. It's more like they both remember different things and you're the one who chooses which one they actually see when they use their power.
You think Snowball still lives in there?
Snow?
The owls only tend to live
Ooh.
about 10 years.
Oh, rest in peace, Snowball.
Oh.
This spot's familiar.
That doesn't mean you choose. I mean, I think the one they see is the one that actually maybe, I don't know.
Man, I forgot how hard Marianne took it when Brown's mom died.
Well, we were only 4, but yeah. She lost one of her only friends. She was always saying how she never would have found a place in Delos
Oh, that's
Crossing
why she
without Carol.
came here.
You think her death kicked off Marianne's, you know?
It definitely didn't help.
Hmm.
No, it was years later.
Am I supposed to go there or there? Because I want to go the opposite way first. Let's check this place.
Bye.
This is it. Right?
Now let's check first here then.
I want to see your grave before we go.
No, I want to talk to whoever is there. I guess maybe we can do it after. It's a weird graveyard.
Not hers.
Not hers. Can't read. Oh, which one is hers?
Not this one. Still not the one.
Allison just standing here like, if I don't look, it's not there.
No dice. Not hers. Why can't I? Where is she?
Here we go. I mean, older graveyards can be like this.
Allison.
Is that her?
What the hell was going on with you? What broke?
Why didn't you say anything? We were your goblins. You didn't have to do it all alone.
See, this reaction makes me think that Allison, like,
Tessa?
pretending to despise everything about their mother was just a defense mechanism.
I wasn't expecting to see. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Feeling a little guilty, maybe?
When we pass on, our graves are all anyone has to remember us by. Letting hers just fall apart would be cruel. I'm not a cruel person.
Cruel enough to call social services on our mother.
I wanted to protect you. Marianne was getting worse all the time. I was afraid that if things kept going the way they were, then one day...
We were going to end up dead?
No, I won't do this again. I refuse to be held responsible for her choices.
Marianne was fine until you reported her.
Fine. She was getting by on handouts for years. There are only so many times you can show up high to a generous offer of employment. Assuming you show up at all. In the end, she isolated herself from everyone. She was alone and out of options.
She had us, until you threatened to have us taken away.
I couldn't let her drag you down with her. She had you stealing for God's sake. Your mother never wanted to be a part of this community. She always thought she was better than the rest of us. A spoiled little girl playing fairy princess in the woods. If she just settled down with someone instead of running around with married men, well, just ask Sam Kansky how much better that would have been for everyone.
Wait, what?
Oh God.
What happened between them?
I wasn't thinking. Please, just forget I said anything.
Tessa!
All I know is whatever went on, Laura left Sam over it. But I shouldn't have said anything about that. I promised I wouldn't. I'm sorry, kids.
Wait, do we know who Sam is? It wasn't the dude who always proposed to her, right? I feel like she could
I
have.
get that Marianne wouldn't let you help her. But there had to be a better way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Especially if she was having some kind of crisis.
Especially if you were
Yes,
friends.
You're right. There were other things I could have done. Better things. I know I've made mistakes. All I can do now is say that I'm sorry. If
Yeah, I
could
don't
give
remember
you
if his
back
name
your
was
mother,
Sam.
I would. I don't deserve your forgiveness, especially yours, Tyler. But if there's a place for me in your lives, I'd like to be there.
I have to know something first. Are you good with who I am?
I've been thinking about that since you came home. I believe that my life is better for having lived it by God's word. But I also believe we don't always understand what he's saying to us. I prayed for guidance, and seeing you standing here in front of me, such a strong and thoughtful young man, I think I have his answer.
That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Tessa, I know the last couple of days have been heated. I'm up for a fresh start if you are, but it's not really up to me. Tyler?
I'm done losing people. And if we can't let people grow, then what the hell kind of chance do we have?
Thank you. Both of you. Kids, I never knew your mother's whole story, but it was obviously very painful. She always said you two were the only good luck she'd ever had. I'm going to try harder to forgive her. I hope you can as well. If you two are in town tomorrow, come by the cafe. Lunch is on me.
There gonna be coconut
Free
cake on
food.
the menu?
You know, I think there just might be. I'll see you two tomorrow then.
We'll be there.
The mood shift was a bit too quick for me here. It went from accusations to everything's fine a little bit too sharply.
That was something, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I had pretty much given up on her. But I guess sometimes people change.
I know. I feel like a total ass right now.
You shouldn't. She needed to hear all of that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still, I might bring in a peace offering my first day back.
I still wanna
Ideas?
check up there.
Jesus stuff?
Jeez.
Maybe I'll just finally bring back that book I borrowed 6 months ago.
Jesus stuff. Wait, is this even... I can't go there? Okay, I guess you just can't go there anyway. The start compared to the... I didn't even find the choices too odd. I just feel like the mood switched too quickly from like animosity towards... Like, you know, telling someone, yeah, I'll forgive you, but you have to earn back my trust. And being all... Because they generally said they genuinely sounded like, oh yeah, everything's fine again. Like usually it takes a while, right? Like you might offer this stuff, like yeah, you can come by tomorrow and so on, but they sounded a bit too like too okay. Because that's what you usually do, right? You try to then, like, if you're like, okay, yeah, we'll work it out, we'll forgive each other. Like, you often do try to then start something like a casual conversation or like some topic of basically a point of how to start that, and that could be like, yeah, come by to the cafe tomorrow and so on. But they sounded just too fine. I'm fine quickly. We didn't find a collectible here.
You want to sit down for a bit?
Sure.
Not a bad view, right?
Yeah. I get now why they put cemeteries in nice spots. Takes a little bit of the sting off. Listen, I know this has been hard. I'm really grateful you saw it through with me. Fireweed was great, but there was no one really there for me like that, you know? You're the only one.
Hey, brothers and sisters, right?
But it's been way more brothers than sisters lately, which is why I'm trying to say thank you.
You really don't have to.
You saved my life, Allison.
Only for you to end up locked up in fireweed for the rest of your childhood.
Wait, are you still blaming yourself for that? Don't. It was my choice.
It's just... I stole your life, Tyler. And then I totally wasted it.
That's not true.
What do
You're
you
on your way to
mean?
Denali. My goal's gonna be a famous chef, and what am I doing? Nothing.
Nothing. You've been working on that accounting degree, and your art's good. Really good. Stop putting yourself down. As soon as we figure this shit out, we're gonna sell the house, and you're gonna go to Juneau. You're gonna kick ass.
You make it sound so easy.
No. We never had a shot at easy. But we always pull through, right?
Yeah. You're right. Hey. Wherever Ranger Tyler ends up next, he better come down from the hills to visit us city folk every now and then. You hear?
For sure. And anyway, it's not gonna be for a while. We've got time.
Oh yeah, of course. We do. So I guess we know the story now, huh? Marianne was done with Delos, and Delos was done with her.
But what was she gonna
Maybe
shoot
she
at?
was too proud, but she worked so hard for so long, and when she reached the end of her rope, no one was there to help her. Not even Tessa or Eddie. And when she heard social services was coming, she
Gave up. But killed her kids? Really? I don't know. It still feels like there's something missing, right?
You're never gonna understand what was going through her mind. I'll bet even she didn't. It's probably always gonna feel that way.
I'm gonna fall asleep the second I hit the couch.
You better rally. We still have to do some cleaning before bed.
Do we have to?
Hey, whoever packs the most gets the big couch tonight.
Shit. Allison.
I'll get the fire extinguisher.
What the? Is it the mailbox thief?
Tyler, are you all right?
Allison, barn.
Stay there. I got it.
I don't know if a fire extinguisher is gonna do the job here. I mean, it kind of looks like half of the barn inside is on fire. Oh, okay. Never mind.
What happened?
There was a guy. He smashed me in the face with the door.
What guy? What did he look like?
Who did?
I'm not sure. I couldn't see straight, and he was all in black.
God, why would someone try to burn down our barn?
I don't know. But I'm going to find out. Hey, come check this out.
Is that a box under the barn?
Yeah, what the hell? I think this is where the fire started.
So he was trying to burn whatever's inside?
We should check it out. I'm gonna need to remove a few more planks to get to it.
Where could we possibly find a tool to do that?
Huh. These planks look newer than the rest.
That corner used to be all dirt for chickens. She was always saying how she was gonna make this place a real homestead. Little house on the tundra.
He went looking under the rug? Did he really have to smash everything? So, did Chief Brown teach you how to put out a fire?
Nope. I taught myself.
This gas can was already here this morning. He didn't bring it with him. Asshole even dumped the drawers.
None of the valuable stuff's missing.
At least you were spared. I guess we know how he made the hole. Step back.
I'll be fine.
Well, I only know one person who'd bother to decorate a storage box like this.
Marianne. Let's open it. What's that there?
Some kind of carving. Not sure what it is, though.
Oh.
3 digits. Any ideas?
Marianne was never really a numbers kind of person.
No.
I think we just need to break the lock. There must be something in here we can use to get it open. And preferably without destroying the box.
There's a box in the picture here.
Wait. Look. It's the same symbol.
The secret keeper.
Well, let's see if we can find any numbers.
Wait, is it? The eye and the lock? Where? Oh! Oh, the bookmark. Yeah. There are so many stories in between that we haven't read, though. We can have a little story time and read them up to the eye, right? Alright, get comfy. This is gonna be some reading. Because I do want to read those stories. I'm a completionist. Come on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll get there. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories. Tune back in 10 minutes when we maybe have made it through all of these stories and are actually opening the box. Anyway, the goblins and the ice cave. Once upon a time, in the deep and ancient forest, the crafty goblins were playing near the glacier when they discovered a hole in the ice. They crept through a gradually widening passage and found themselves inside a spacious ice cave. Light spilled down the undulating blue-white walls in a way that made them look like electric waterfalls, and a column made up of hundreds of icicles stood in the center. This was a time before the goblins had settled beneath the old wooden house, and they had nowhere to live. Perhaps we could live here, they said excitedly. Moments later, the sound of stomping feet interrupted their play, and they realized that perhaps someone already lived here. They hid behind a boulder to wait and see who was coming. The old bear sauntered into the cave, shaking powdery snow from his coat. He let out a giant yawn and lay down in the corner on a pile of tree boughs, snoring within seconds. When they were sure he was deep asleep, the goblins conspired to claim the cave for themselves. They chipped away at the glacier until they had filled a basket full of ice, then hid once more behind their boulder and started tossing chunks of it on the sleeping bear. Now, Old Bear was not the smartest creature in the forest, so when he woke up covered in ice, he roared, "My cave is collapsing!" Then he lumbered to his feet and ran outside before the whole thing could come down on top of him. The goblins crept out after him and did a loop before coming back to find him sitting outside. "What happened?" they asked. "My cave, it's collapsing," bemoaned the old bear. "And it's time for me to hibernate. Where will I stay for the winter?" It had not occurred to the goblins that the old bear had settled in for the winter, and they felt a little bad, but they did not want the old bear to know that they had done what they had done, so instead they offered to help him find a new den. Together they searched. They inspected cavernous stone and hollow trees and deeply pocketed knolls. Nothing they found was as beautiful as the ice cave, but the old bear settled on a packed earthen hollow that would keep him warm and dry for his long sleep. "Good night," he yawned, and the goblins gleefully returned to their new home. In the spring, the old bear woke and went for a nice long walk to stretch his legs. His path took him right up to his old cave, where he heard the curious sound of laughter. Making his way inside, he was surprised to find that his cave was intact and the goblins were inside playing a game. "What is this?" growled the old bear. The goblins stopped playing and looked ashamed. "We're sorry, old bear," said the goblins. "But we had nowhere to live, and it's just so beautiful. We didn't realize you were about to hibernate, and then we couldn't bear to tell you what we'd done." The old bear was angry at the trick, but the young goblins looked appropriately ashamed, and so he said, "Come with me." He led the crafty goblins to the hollow in which he had hibernated for the winter. "You two can have this spot," he said. "And look, someone had built a big wooden house right over top it." "No one lives there now," said Old Bear, "but one day maybe someone will." The earthen hollow was not as beautiful as the ice cave, but it kept the goblins warm and dry, and they were excited that someday they might have someone living overhead. Someone who baked cakes and tolerated their mischief. And that is the story of how the crafty goblins tried to steal the cave of the Old Bear and how they got their own instead. Yo, what's up, MGLN? No, it isn't. It's still June. Oh yeah, it still hasn't been the bear appearance. We're still missing that. Alright, next story. The Princess and the Two Thieves. Once upon a time in an ancient and deep forest there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. The house was built from the strong wood of the forest and it kept the princess warm and safe. The princess was not a native of the forest, but she never spoke about where she had come from, for it made her cry. She did not have many friends, but that was how she liked it. The forest was big and deep, many paths led to her house, but not many visitors passed by. The princess was happy to be left alone in the big house in the deep forest. She knew that the forest would provide for her, but that its generosity had to be respected, so she only took what she needed. And for a long time, life was just fine for the princess in the big wooden house. One winter day, when snow blanketed the earth and ice bent the trees low, the wise princess realized that food was disappearing from her house. It was not much at first, only a few fruits and nuts and eggs vanishing during the night. Maybe it's the birds, she said, or the mice. And for a time, the princess was okay with losing some food, for the winter was long and little creatures needed to eat too. But then small items started to disappear as well, spoons and plates, forks and knives, and blankets. It was as if every time she was in one part of the house, something disappeared in another room. That can't be birds or mice, said the princess. I think I have a thief. So she went outside to look for traces in the snow and noises in the wind, but there was nothing to be found, nor to be heard. That's strange, said the princess. Maybe the thief is hiding inside my house. For many days she hunted, looking behind the curtains, under the bed, in the attic, and in the chimney. Behind the poles and under the carpets, but she found nothing. And as she searched, food kept on disappearing night after night. I will make a cake, frowned the princess. A big cake with every egg and fruit and nut I still have, so that I only have one thing to keep my eye on. She spent the whole day making the cake and used everything she had left. The cake she made was so big she could hardly carry it. If I manage to protect the cake, I'll be able to survive the long winter, she said. So she added a lock to the oven and she kept the big cake safe inside. But the next morning, the lock had been opened and the cake had disappeared. It's a lie. At first the princess cried because that cake was the last of her food until the snow melted, but then she noticed 2 trails of tiny feet in the spilled flour, and she followed the tracks to a hidden hatch in the floorboard. This is how the princess realized that 2 tiny thieves were living under the wooden house right below her feet. See, you'd think you get the key here, because something below the floorboard, huh? The princess makes new friends. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. She had been living alone just fine for a very long time, until the day she noticed food and small items were disappearing from her house. The thefts went on until the day her last cake, which had been made with the last of her eggs, the last of her fruit, the last of her nuts, and the last of her flour. Well, that last cake was stolen too. And all she found at the scene of the crime were 2 trails of tiny feet in the spilled flour leading to a hidden hatch in the floorboards. The princess did not try to open the hatch, nor did she try to break it. She was too tired and too hungry. All she could do was cry in silence alone in the big wooden house, hidden in the ancient and deep forest. Mood. She cried for a long time. Until evening arrived, and then she cried some more. Suddenly a tiny voice came from under the house. "What is that noise you make?" it asked. "We do not like it, not one bit. I'm crying because you 2 are mean to me, whoever you are. You stole all the food I had and I will starve before the end of this long and cold winter." The hatch opened, just a peep, revealing 2 frowning faces peering out from the darkness of their hideout. "But we are hungry too," said the second creature. "We have been hiding in this cave for a long time, and now the winter is upon us and we need food." The princess dried her eyes and smiled at the 2 goblins. "If we were friends, we could share the cake you stole from me." The 2 thieves spat and smirked. "A friend? What is that?" Also relatable. The 2 thieves... Oh wait. The princess frowned, for she realized that the 2 tiny thieves were as lonely as she was. "A friend is someone you love and care for, someone you would never hurt." "We never hurt each other, and we care for each other," said the goblins at the same time. "Does that mean we are friends?" "Yes, that's exactly it." "And if we were friends, you would not hurt us?" "Of course not. Friends trust each other." The goblins shook their little heads. "We trust no one, for no one trusts us." Their words made the princess cry again, for now she understood that the 2 creatures were not only as lonely as she was, here in the big wooden house, but they had been lonely since they were born. "You're making that noise again," frowned the goblins. "Please stop that, for it makes us feel unhappy. Are you a witch? Is this some sort of magic? It makes you unhappy because we are friends, said the princess. But we don't know you and you're not like us. Sometimes friendship comes right away, even between people who are very different. Does it mean we can't steal from you anymore? Yes. But that's what we do. We are the crafty goblins who live under your house. Well, then maybe we could arrange something. Is that what friends do? Yes, I believe they do. And this is how the princess met the crafty goblins and how they became friends. Ay, Vito. How many more? We've read 3, right? There's like 5 more to read. The bear's big paws. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the old bear was out looking for a snack when he spied a bee's nest in a hole high up a tree. The tree was dry and brittle, but the old bear was hungry, and so he made his way to the nest. But when he got there, he found his giant paw couldn't fit into the hole. Determined, he tried to force it inside, but the effort caused the branch below him to snap. The old bear tumbled to the ground and landed with a painful oomph. He lay there, stunned from the fall, when all of a sudden something bit him. The bite was followed by another, and another, and another. Carpenter ants were swarming up his legs. You see, they had been nesting in the branch, and they did not appreciate being forced from their home. The old bear howled and jumped to his feet to dance around, as he swatted and snapped, but his big paws couldn't do much about the tiny ants. When he finally managed to squish or scare them all off, the old bear heard someone laughing. The crafty goblins had seen the whole thing. Clumsy old bear, they teased. Those big old paws aren't good at anything, are they? Then they sped off, leaving old bear's pride hurting just as bad as his body. He lumbered through the forest, hungry and sad. Maybe I'm just a clumsy old bear, he moaned. And my big old paws aren't good at anything. At that moment, the old bear heard a sad noise. What's that? He wondered, and he followed the sound to where mountain goats stood atop a boulder high up a hillside. Oh, was this story corrected? Interesting. Old bear, or whatever that's supposed to be, she cried. Old bear, please help, my kid is stuck. Jaden, I'm stuck. Can you? Oh no, old bear, I'm stuck. Can you help? Hold on, Rosh. Never mind. Sure enough, a tiny mountain goat was trapped inside the stones, bleating sadly. The old bear began to walk toward them, and then stopped. I'm probably just going to make it worse, he thought. But then the goat kid started to bleat even louder, and the old bear put away his fear. He climbed up to where the goat was trapped, careful of where he stepped, and trying not to think of how he had only just fallen out of a tree. Every now and then, the ground would slide away from under his feet, but he kept going. When he reached the goat kid, he put his mighty paws against one of the boulders and began to push. At first it didn't budge, but he dug in and pushed even harder. Finally, the boulder parted just wide enough to let the kid scramble to safety. The old bear released the boulder and let out a roar of triumph. Roar! Thank you, gushed the mama goat. And she and her kid bounded off up the mountain. The old bear watched them go with a smile and then made his way back down the hillside, wiggling his rump in triumph as he went. To his surprise, the crafty goblins waited at the bottom of the hill. We saw the whole thing, they said. We were wrong. You aren't just a clumsy old bear, and your paws are good for helping others. The old bear forgave the goblins for doubting him, because he had doubted himself just as much. He never again thought his paws were good at anything. Weren't good at anything, even though sometimes they weren't always great at everything. And that is how the old bear proved that his heart was bigger than his paws. Why am I a completionist? Someone save me from myself, please. To be fair, we should be through more than half of this book. We should have read this stuff every once in a while. Because we are more than halfway through the game. I'm assuming we're at the end of chapter 2, and I know there's only 3 chapters. The Moon Hag loses her name. Once upon a time in a deep and old... hold on, that's not a forest. Okay. Once upon a time in a deep and cold lake in an ancient forest, of course, there lived an old seal who was a powerful witch in disguise. She was mean and cruel. She liked nothing more than to swim in the deepest part of the lake, where the light was dim under the ice, admiring the corpses of the many victims she tricked into the water over the years. She was so hateful that only the cold water of the lake could keep her cool. Her most prized possession was a tin mirror sold to her by the secret keeper, and she kept it in a chest at the bottom of the lake. It was no ordinary mirror. If you looked in it, you would see a reflection of who you truly desired to be. And for 1 hour, the mirror granted you the power to appear as that person. Whenever a boat or an unwise traveler approached the edge of the lake, the old witch used the mirror to appear as the beautiful woman she always wished to be, and with this disguise she lured the unfortunate sailor or wanderer into the deep and cold water. There, the old seal forced the victim to become her servant, and when she was done with them, they joined her collection of corpses in the deepest part of the lake. That can't have taken long, since, you know, people usually can't breathe underwater. Very short-term servant. One day, when the old seal swam down to her den under the lake, she discovered that someone had stolen her mirror. The chest where she kept her most prized possession had been forced open, and now it was empty. Who would have committed such a crime? Who had dared to deprive her of her only treasure? The old seal went mad, and her anger heated the water of the lake around her. For a time, everyone was happy with the temperature change. That's such a weird switch. For the weather suddenly became sweeter and the air warmer. But after a few weeks, things started to get ugly. First, the fish began to die off, for they could not live in the hot water. Then the glaciers began to melt, and the water of the lake rose and spilled out, flooding the forest and the meadows. And finally, the weather grew so hot that even the Ice King himself was awakened from his long sleep and decided to see what was going on. Climate change on speed. In the deepest part of the lake, he found the mad witch steaming among the corpses of her victims, so angry that the lake was about to boil. It only took a few minutes for the Ice King to understand what had happened and demand that the thieves present themselves before him. The thieves had no choice but to appear, for no one dared to disobey the Ice King. The crafty goblins presented themselves, mirror in hand. "Why did you steal the mirror?" asked the king. "We were curious, we just wanted to see what we really wanted to be," apologized the goblins. "But the stupid thing is broken. We look the same." That's so wholesome. "That does not mean it did not work," smiled the Ice King. "Now apologize and give the mirror to me, for it is too powerful to be used by thieves or a mean old hag." The goblins apologized and gave the mirror to the Ice King, but the old seal was still angry. "And what about me?" she asked. "I have been deprived of my treasure, and I demand compensation." The Ice King frowned as he spoke again. "Old hag, you are mean and cruel, but I concede you have been wronged. For now you will be allowed to leave the lake and walk the earth as the hag you really are, but only when the moon is full. And you goblins, you had better stay away from the lake, or I won't protect you from the moon hag's wrath." And this is how the two goblins forced the moon hag to change her name. Yo, what's up, fish? How's it going? Not this again. People keep coming in with that. How's life? Are you also burning? You're probably burning even more than me. It's too warm here. We're just reading some stories before probably finishing the chapter 2 of this game. The goblins trick the Mad Hunter. Oh, this is the first Mad Hunter story, isn't it? Once upon a time in a castle just beyond the ancient and deep forest, the Mad Hunter was punished by the Gold Lady for failing to return with the wise princess. "For your failure," said the Gold Lady, "I will take your left hand. You will return to the ancient and deep forest and hunt the wise princess, and if you can bring her back, I will return your hand to you. Fail again, and I will take your right hand." The Mad Hunter could hunt with just his right hand, but if he lost both his hands, he would never be able to hunt again and would no longer be a Mad Hunter, but only a madman. So the Mad Hunter returned to the ancient and deep forest, searching with his piercing eyes for the wise princess. The crafty goblins were out searching for mischief when they saw the Mad Hunter on the prowl. "We cannot let him find the princess," said the goblins, and so they devised a plan. It was wash day, and the princess had hung her beautiful gown out to dry. They stole it from the line and stuffed it full of straw, and then returned to where the Mad Hunter was scouring the paths of the forest. As the Mad Hunter turned down a path that would have led him to the big wooden house, the goblins danced the straw princess in and out of view in the opposite direction. The ruse worked. The hunter fixed his piercing eye on them and followed. Through the day and into the night, they led him away from the true princess. As night fell, the crafty goblins realized the error in their plan. The Mad Hunter was now hunting them. If he caught them, he would not be kind, so they put their heads together to come up with a plan. It did not take them long to realize where they should go. They led the Mad Hunter to the edge of the deep and icy lake, and when he came into view, they weighed the fake princess down with stones and dropped her into the frigid water, careful not to plunge into the depths themselves, lest the moon hag take her revenge on them. The Mad Hunter removed his clothing and dove in after the fake princess. He followed the shape of the sinking princess deep into the chilly water down below where ice covered the lake's surface. Finally, he caught her. But when he spun her towards him, he realized she had no head and that her body was stuffed with straw. And then he felt a slippery fin brush his shoulder as the moon hag loomed overhead. The next morning, the princess went to retrieve her gown from the clothing line and found that it was gone. She immediately suspected the goblins of mischief and called, "Goblins, did you take my gown?" The goblins emerged from their cave and nodded sadly. "Now what will I wear?" asked the princess, sad and angry that she had lost her only dress. "Let us explain," said the goblins. So they told the princess the story of the Mad Hunter, and then they produced his clothing, which was a bit large for the princess, but much warmer than her beautiful gown. She immediately forgave them. "Thank you, my friends," she said, "for rescuing me, and for this clothing, which will keep me much warmer in the winter than my beautiful gown." The Mad Hunter was forced to remain below the lake with the moon hag, but she did not kill him, because even reduced to just one hand, he was too useful a servant. Lo, he plotted the day he would emerge to once again hunt the wise princess and earn back his left hand. And that is the story of how the crafty goblins rescued the wise princess from the Mad Hunter. Oh boy. What do you mean, not this again? What? I mean, it is a fun song. This year's summer is surprisingly a late starter. Here it's the opposite. I don't know, like, I mean, usually we do have like 20 plus degrees in June, but we've already had 30 plus degrees, and for June that's pretty hot. This is an audiobook stream, only for like 2 more stories, because that's a story we actually need to open a lock. And I'm doing good. Just too warm. Gonna have a barbecue later with family. Going to Sweden next week. For, well, Stockholm and then ESA. Life could be worse. You miss me sometimes. Well, I do stream sometimes. Maybe we should also play some Risk of Rain again sometime or something. Then again, Risk of Rain makes my PC go brrr, you know, and then it gets even hotter. You weren't in the right headspace. There. You're almost there now. Yeah, I was actually thinking about messaging you the other day, because we haven't talked in forever, and something reminded me of you. I forgot. Oh, Actually, I remember what it was. Maybe it wouldn't make you too happy, but like, yeah, I thought of you the other day and was like, we haven't talked in a while. Yeah, maybe we can find something. Anyway, 2 more stories. The pelican helps her friends. Once upon a time in a deep and ancient forest, an early winter storm blanketed everything in snow. It was so early in the year that the creatures of the forest were not yet ready for an ordinary winter, much less a bad one, and everyone agreed the storm was a sign the Ice King had plans for a long, cold winter. The princess had grown up in a kingdom where it was sunny all year long, and the goblins were very young, so no one in the big wooden house knew how to prepare for such a winter. The house was not well insulated, and they did not have enough fuel or food. Only the pious pelican noticed their plight, and when it came time to fly south with the other birds, her heart was heavy with sadness. What can I do, she thought. I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? Time came to go, and the pelican struggled to take flight. It felt as though a leaden weight were stuck right in the center of her chest. What can I do, she thought. I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? She managed to take off, but only just barely, flapping fiercely to catch up with the other birds. As the pious pelican began her journey, the storm picked up, battering her to and fro. I need to sneeze, maybe? Yep. She had fallen well behind the flock, and she was already growing tired, but for all her challenges in the air, she could tell things were much worse on the ground. A deep freeze had settled over the forest. The leaden weight in her chest grew heavier as she thought of the princess and the goblins. What can I do, she thought. I'm a migratory bird. And if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? Can you stop thinking that, please? It's too much repetition. The storm intensified and the pelican was in a total whiteout. She knew she should have despaired, but all she could feel was the weight which had grown and grown until she thought she might drop out of the sky. She had felt called to help the princess and the goblins, but she had ignored it. I should have stayed, she thought. It was the right thing to do, and now I'm lost with no way to make it right. Suddenly she was plucked from the sky and deposited in the hall of the Ice King. Pelican, he said. You were flying in circles around my mountain. I was lost, she said, weighted down by my weight of guilt in my heart. The Ice King stared at her sagely. Is it guilt or is it something else? Open your beak. He reached down inside of her, pulling out a glowing stone. The pious pelican was surprised at how it filled her with warmth, chasing away cold and her doubt. You know what you must do, said the Ice King. The pious pelican flew straight to the big wooden house. Snow had already blown in through its many cracks, and ice crept across the floorboards. She found the princess and the goblins huddled in front of the quiet hearth, nearly frozen solid. No, she cried, and then she placed the stone in the princess's lap. The warmth of it spread through the whole of the house, melting all that had frozen. The princess threw her arms around the pelican's chest, and the goblins clung to her legs. Thank you, they cried. You're welcome, said the pelican, smiling in deep satisfaction. What is that? Asked the princess, staring at the wonderful stone. At first, said the pelican, I thought it was my guilt. But when the Ice King pulled it out of me, I realized it was something much more powerful. Just then the storm broke and the skies cleared. The pelican filled the big wooden house's larder with food from her beak. And then she took up to the skies, lightened by the knowledge that through her charity everyone in the big wooden house would be warm and fed until spring. And that is the story of how the pious pelican saved the wise princess and the crafty goblins from the long winter. Whew. Was someone being sexist? No. What was it? Don't hate me. But like, I was over at my neighbor's place the other day, and they're like, well, but they both have family roots in Turkey. So that made me think of you. Alright, we've reached a story that we actually need. It is better than some. Okay, alright. Okay, last story for today. The goblins earned their voice. We need a 3-digit code from this, I think. Once upon a time in the deep and ancient forest, the crafty goblin spied on the secret keeper as she made her rounds, gathering up secrets that the animals of the forest had for sale. How, said the first goblin, does she get people's secrets? Do you suppose she peels open their heads? Let's find out, said the second. And so the goblins watched the secret keeper. They watched her until the stalwart moose came to her, head hanging low. It was my fault. I chose the uneven trail. I can't bear to remember. The secret keeper nodded and gazed into stalwart moose's eye. Though the goblins couldn't hear anything, they knew she was speaking to the moose, for the secret keeper spoke in people's minds with the gift of the voice. After a few minutes, the stalwart moose blinked. I feel lighter, said Moose. Did I just give you something? The secret keeper nodded, handing him a coin. The stalwart moose nodded and plodded along down the trail. He spied the goblins hiding in the woods, narrowed his eyes, for he knew the goblins were often up to mischief. The two goblins whistled innocently, and the moose was forced to carry on because they were not doing anything obviously bad. Where's my numbers? I need to know what the secret was, said one of the goblins. Let's go buy it. So the goblins approached the secret keeper before she could stow away Moose's secret. We want to buy Moose's secret. What do you have to trade? Asked the secret keeper, her voice filling their minds. The goblins produced a silver-handled hairbrush they had stolen from the princess, and the secret keeper nodded. And that is how the goblins came to know that Moose's mate had tumbled down a cliffside to her death. Oh, that got dark. The secret keeper moved on. The first of the goblins said, I want to know more, so the goblins followed the secret keeper, hoping to find where she hid the secrets. They followed her to the peak of a nearby ridge and watched. Oh, I see the numbers. Okay, you don't even have to read the story. Anyway, we're gonna finish it. So the goblins followed the secret keeper, hoping to find where she hid the secrets. They followed her to the peak of a nearby ridge and watched as she stowed the rest of the day's secrets high in the cloud. Yeah, okay. When she had gone, they climbed a high spruce tree that disappeared into the misty sky. They reached out and just managed to dip their hands into the clouds. Their heads were filled with memories, and they snatched their hands back. Oh my god, I can't read anymore. And they snatched their hands back out, as if they had just thrust them in boiling water. Tears poured down their cheeks. That was how the secret keeper found them crying in the tree. You stole my secrets, seethed the secret keeper. Give them back. The crafty goblins stopped crying because they saw an opportunity. What will you give us in exchange? They asked. I will give you back the silver-handled hairbrush, offered the secret keeper. For so many secrets? You'll have to offer more than that. What if, said the secret keeper, I shared the gift of voice? The crafty goblins grew excited. That will do. So the secret keeper shared the gift of voice with the goblins, and immediately they found that they could hear one another's thoughts and feel each other's feelings. The crafty goblins gave back the secrets they had taken and ran back for the big wooden house. There they found the princess preparing food. They tried to peer into her mind, but they found it was blank. They tried to speak to her using only their own minds, but she could not hear them. It seemed the secret keeper was craftier than the crafty goblins, for she had only shared enough of her power to let the goblins use the gift of voice with each other, and not with the whole of the forest. And that is how the goblins stole the gift of voice from the secret keeper, but why they could not only use it with each other. Alright. Whew. Enough reading. We're done reading stories. We got to the one we need. We didn't actually have to read the story, because the numbers are on the page. Or, well, there's a 3 and there's a 0. I don't see a third one. And what's up, Purity Red? This is the best part of the game. Oh, there's another 1, I think. So it's 130?
That did it.
Easy. I keep forgetting how early it is and that people have to work today. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have fun with the friend.
Guessing she didn't know how much of an ass he'd turn out to be.
More reading. I beat. Dear Marianne, I need to see you again. I know how that sounds, and I don't want you to think I chase after all the new girls in Dallas Crossing. I've always taken my vows seriously, but sometimes changed when I met you. But something changed when I met you. When we're together, I feel like I'm doing 80 down the highway with my lights off, and I never want to stop. I know it isn't right, and we both have a lot to lose, but I need to be with you again. I hope you feel the same. Heart symbol. P.S. I bought you a little something for next time. I can't wait to see how it looks on you.
What a mess.
Wait, who wrote these? Was that the fucking priest?
Fuck. That's rough.
Marianne, I'm sorry you're in this situation. I know.
This guy tried to push Marianne to get an abortion.
Oh.
Even though she wanted to keep us.
I know you feel you'd make a great mother, and I don't doubt you will someday. But right now we have to be sure we don't ruin 3 lives. My marriage hasn't been- Oh! My marriage hasn't been happy for some time, but she doesn't deserve this. But mostly I'm worried about you. People here talk, and I don't want you to have to go through that. I know money has been tight, but I'll do what I can to help you do the right thing. Just let me know how much you need.
That's everything. What the hell?
So, Marianne hid a box under the barn.
And someone
Box
tried to
full of
burn it?
letters from our deadbeat dad.
Well...
He turned the whole place upside down and didn't take anything. All he wanted was that box.
And he was willing to burn down the barn to get rid of what was inside. You know
How does he
what it
know
all
about-
means, right?
Yep.
Or how does he
That
know they
guy
were in that box?
Had an affair with Marianne, and he just tried to torch the evidence.
He must have heard we were clearing out the house. He was worried we'd find it.
You know, I can't shake the feeling I've seen him here before.
Deadbeat that, very fitting. Huh?
Why are we seeing this? I don't know about you, but I haven't forgotten anything about that night.
I would have said the same thing, but something felt different. I need to see the rest.
But you know what happens down there.
That's the thing. I'm not sure I do.
Aww.
All right, let's go.
The Mad Hunter.
Wait, there was someone here that night? In the woods?
No. It was just... I saw... Who the hell did I actually see?
Hey, what are you doing?
I thought there might be another part to remember. Why are you going over here? Oh, there is another part to remember, just not in the place where I thought. Oh,
Was there someone over there?
Virgil?
The Mad Hunter.
What? No. That was the Mad Hunter.
What? What are you talking about?
That night, I thought I saw the Mad Hunter in the woods, but I guess it was just some asshole. Some asshole who just fucking stood there and watched while our mother chased me with a shotgun.
Do you think it was the same guy?
Maybe. I mean, it had to be him, right? They were wearing the same fishing gear.
Yeah, unless everyone who wants to mess with us is coordinating outfits.
And wait, he was here once before.
Fishing
Wasn't he?
gear.
A few days before Marianne died?
Maybe?
Hold on. Do you feel that?
No. Where? No? Where is it? He didn't change outfits in 10 years.
Tyler, not there.
Our mother fought with someone on the dock about us. We need to know if it was the same guy.
But what if it's not that memory? What if it's... I can't go through that again.
We have to take that chance.
But do we really? I mean, someone just tried to burn our barn down.
Yeah, and that means we've got to be close to something.
I'm not going on that dock.
No, don't guilt trip her.
Just one more time, please.
There's always just one more. Every time it seems like we're done with this, something new pops up.
What if this is the only chance to figure out who our father is?
Then we go on living our lives without him, just like we always have.
Come on, we need to know the truth. For her.
What if I don't want to know the truth, huh? Did you ever consider that? No. You just push and push and...
You have to take responsibility for your part in Marianne's death.
Oh.
What? How can you say that to me?
I mean, she's
I didn't.
traumatized, I understand.
I did, right? Earlier, to Eddie. But I swear I didn't just say that to you.
So we can't even trust our own voices now?
God, I don't know. Allison.
I'll do it. Let's go.
Huh?
We can do it. Don't let go.
Ouch! Watch it! You're stepping on my foot! Can you hear what they're saying? Quiet! We don't want Mom to catch us out of bed.
I told you that would happen.
We almost had it though. That was us watching Marianne fight with that guy. Try to focus on him, alright? Don't think about anything else.
I'll try.
Make sure I've been keeping my mouth shut. I don't owe you anything.
You've been a little all over the place lately.
All over the place?
I've just been trying to survive. If you want to make sure I don't get desperate, you could help us out. Lend me some money.
What happened? Why did it stop?
I can't, Tyler.
But we were so damn close.
I'm sorry. But I'm done.
That's it? You're just giving up, just like that. You can't do this. We owe her.
Marianne is gone, Tyler. And nothing we do is gonna change that.
Don't go, please. You can't keep running from this alley, or it's only gonna get worse.
Ouch! Watch it! You're stepping on my foot! Can you hear what they're saying? Quiet! We don't want Mom to catch us out of bed.
There's no money.
I've never asked you for anything, but right now they need you.
It's not gonna happen.
I've got everything I need to nail your ass in that barn.
And just what do you think happens after that?
What do you mean?
Well, if those kids have a father, you really think there's a court out there that'll let you keep them?
No! You have no claim to my children! Get the hell off my property, now! If you ever come back here, I'm going to kill you!
Allison?
I'm going to kill you.
No. No, no.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
What is this game about? Is it like Beyond Two? No. Beyond Two Souls is like you kind of control like some entity that is connected to the main character, right? This is more, I mean, this is by the same studio that makes the Life is Strange games. So it's more like that. And the gist of the story is, like the two siblings we see, they lost their mom. Like they grew up with just their mother, and one evening it seemed like she was trying to kill Tyler. They thought it was because Tyler's trans and she can't deal with it, but they're kind of figuring out that that might not have been the case, because she had like books about how to raise your transgender kid and stuff like that, and they're trying to figure out what actually happened that night, because what in the end happened was like they thought she was gonna kill Tyler. Allison stabbed her with scissors and she died, and then Tyler took the blame and they said that it was him, and he like went away and like I don't know, like firewood, whatever that really was. They never really say what it is, but like, I guess like juvenile jail or something, I don't know. And they're like reunited now after 10 years. And are finding out some things. Like what was going on with their mom. And that a lot of people in the town kind of betrayed her in some ways. Wait, most people forgive Eddie? %80 accept Michael's compliment, yeah, because they're cute. Most people forgive her? Alright. Yeah, so now it's like 10 years later, pretty much. And Tyler just got out of fireweed, whatever it's called. And they want to like sell the house and move to a bigger place. Or well, Allison wants to with Michael. Like share an apartment, move to a bigger town where people might be a bit more open than the small place they're from. So they're trying to clean out the house and sell it. But yeah, they're just finding out shit.
There's something else.
Like also trying to get closure now that they can
What do you think?
be together.
Should we give it a shot?
What is this?
I think the crafty goblins have one more hatch to sneak through.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, and like is also common in like the Life is Strange games, they have like some sort of small superpower. Like they can hear each other's thoughts if they want to, like they can talk telepathically. And I used to play that they were goblins. That's what all the goblin stuff is about. And like wrote their own goblin stories and whatnot. Did we make a lot of story progress apart from forgiving people? And flirting with Michael? Yeah, I guess now towards the end, the whole questions and stories about who actually is their father, and who the fuck set the barn on fire, and what does this maybe also have to do with Marianne's death? Find out next time. Because I've read enough goblin stories for today.